Hi, I welcome you to this training. In this video, I'll be showing you everything you need to know about Revit Tutorial Masterclass. And I'd like you to stay with me till the end of this training because this video is going to answer a lot of questions that you may have about Revit architecture or Revit Tutorial Masterclass. So ensure that you stay with me till the end of this video. And without further ado, let's get started. Now this training is for you if you want to learn how to model buildings using Revit architecture, and it is going to be useful for you even though you have never used Revit architecture before. And my expectation for you is that at the end of my course you should be able to produce something like this. These are some of my models I've produced in the past, and I will be showing you step by step how I was able to model some of these features you are seeing on this building. This is one of my models. This is one of my students that produced this, and it's the same student that produced this. He modeled this with Revit architecture. So if he can do this, you too can achieve the same thing. Now, who is this video for? This video is for architects who want to learn how to model buildings for their clients so that they can have an aesthetic overview of their proposed building before construction. This video is for interior designer. If you're an interior designer, then ensure you stay with me till the end of this video. And it's also for civil engineers. This video is also for builders, okay? Is for students of architecture in various schools, okay? And this training is for you if you are looking for a software that can produce 3D and working drawing all in one place. If you look at these two drawings, you can see 3D up there, and you can see a detailed roof if somewhere below the 3D. I use Revit to produce this detailed drawing. So if you are looking for a software that can produce 3D and detailed drawing all in one place, then ensure you watch this video till the end, okay? These are some of my 3D. I use Revit to model all these, and you too can achieve the same thing if you stay with me till the end. I use Revit to model all these. These are all my works. I use Revit all through, okay? And this is from one of my students that I use Revit to model these. And this is my student also. He used Revit to model these. And my big promise for you is that you too can achieve the same results, and even better than me or some of my students. But let me ask you this question: would you like to acquire a skill that can help you get a salary job that can pay you up to 250,000 naira per month? Would you like to acquire a skill that can help you get a contract that can pay you up to 1 million to 10 million naira profit? Would you like to acquire a skill that can help you stop hearing "I will get back to you" from clients or your employers? When a client tells you that "I will get back to you," or your employer tells you that "I will get back to you," most of the time the reason they say they will get back to you is that they may not like your work, and the polite way of telling you that "hey, I don't like your work" is to tell you that "I will get back to you," and most of the time they never get back to you. So if you want to reduce the number of "I will get back to you," then the best thing to do is to upgrade your skill. When you upgrade your skill, then the number of "I will get back to you" will be drastically reduced. So if you are somebody like that, want to reduce the number of "I will get back to you," then ensure you watch this video to the end, okay? Now, would you like to acquire a skill that can help you become a successful freelancer? Who is a freelancer? A freelancer is somebody that can work from home. Even though you are not employed, you can see enough work that will keep your life going, that can even make you make a lot of money for yourself and your family. So that is a freelancer. You can work for anyone from any part of the world. Okay, if you want to be a good freelancer, then one of the things you cannot overlook is your skill. You have to upgrade your skill. Then if you are someone like that, you want to become a successful freelancer, then ensure you stay with me to the end of this training. And let me ask you again, would you not like to be one of those professionals who can charge a professional fee, high professional fee enough without looking back? And would you like to be a professional that will not be at the mercy of few clients? Would you not like to be the one in charge and you can charge a professional fee without looking back? Or do you prefer to be at the mercy of few clients who will be the one to dictate the amount they are going to pay you? Would you like to work for kings and royalties, people that matter in the society? Would you like to move from the bottom of the ladder where there are too much competition and move to the top where there are few competitors? Would you like to be an expensive professional that can charge high price like 1 million naira for a single drawing and your client will be ready to pay you? Do you still want to be carrying files up and down looking for jobs instead of job looking for you and clients calling you and you dictate your price? Now this is me here. The knowledge of Revit has taken me to several places. It has given me a lot of jobs which ordinarily I wouldn't have gotten. But if you can stay with me, I'm going to be showing you step by step how I model my buildings, how I do it. Okay, the knowledge of Revit has given me sites, a lot of sites that I manage, and you need the following if you want to learn Revit. If you actually want to learn Revit, I'm going to be enumerating those things that you need. One of the things and the most important one is computer. You need a computer to be able to learn Revit architecture, and the minimum RAM of the computer you need should be minimum of 4 gig RAM and above. The higher the RAM, the better. And you also need a computer with 300 gigabyte hard disk. Okay, and you also need Revit to be installed in your computer. I'm going to show you how you can get Revit installed on your computer. So ensure you stay with me to the end of this video, because I will show you at the end of this video how you can go about getting Revit installed on your computer. Okay, now you must know how to operate computer. If you must learn Revit, then you must know how to move your mouse, how to type some things on keyboard, how to boot your system, and how to save your work. And those small things are the only thing you need to know about computer. All right, and you also need internet connection, because once in a while you need to download certain things from the internet, so you need internet connection. All right, and you also need to understand basic English language. Now the language we use to communicate here is English language. So English language is very important if you must learn Revit Tutorial Masterclass. And you need basic knowledge of architectural designs and planning, because what we teach here is Revit architecture, and we believe that you already know how to design. Now the interpretation of what you know how to design into Revit is what we teach here. If you stay with me to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the problem of Revit family not loaded. Okay, and several problems like that. If you are not proficient in Revit, you see a lot of problems. I will show you how you can tackle those problems. Now you also learn how you can download my own custom Revit family folder and you load it into your own Revit family folder so that you have no problem like that again. Now this is one of my students. He's saying, thank you for making huge impact sharpening professionals. Though my job demands has kept me watching your various tutorial videos, I'm greatly inspired. I'm proud of you, sir. God bless you. Okay, that's one of my students saying. That's another student of mine. Thanks. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. You are such a great personality. Okay, this is another student of mine. Hello, boss. God bless you for all your effort towards the training through your teaching. I have learned a lot even outside Revit and Lumion. Thanks a lot, sir. I pray that God will bless all your students and touch their heart to show appreciation for your effort. You are a good teacher.
My name is Michael, and I would like to use this opportunity to give thanks to architect Timothy for his help in Revit architecture, which has been a profound help to me in order to achieve a more accurate building information model and a much more realistic 3D visualization. So everyone out there, if you're interested in Revit, architect Timothy got you covered. And funny thing is, you actually do it in a very, very short period of time. I mean, I just did it 2 weeks ago, and now I think I'm good enough. So thank you very much, and good luck to you all.
This is another person, and this is one of my students that produced this, and you too can do the same. This is one of my students that has also produced this. At this point, you have a choice either to make me your mentor or to keep doing what you have been doing and producing the same result you have been producing. All right, you have a choice. Now, how would it look like if I am working with you directly? I am simply downloading whatever I have learned about Revit. Everything I have learned about Revit, I teach you. I reproduce it in your own life too. How will it be like? How would it be like if my contacts are open to you and you can call on me 247 and I will guide you? How would it be like if I get to teach you everything about Revit architecture from scratch until you become an expert in the use of Revit? All right. Now, my phone number and all my contact details will be open to you. You can ask me anytime you are having issue with your Revit architecture. Permit me to introduce this course I titled Revit Tutorial Masterclass. Now, what are you going to learn in this course? What you learn in Revit Tutorial Masterclass. This course is a video tutorial. I have already created step-by-step use of Revit, and currently we have over 86 videos. That means there are more than 86. There are more than 86 video tutorial, and it covers everything you need to know about Revit architecture, and is divided into module 1 to module 4, and it will take you to the course area, the Revit Tutorial Masterclass course area. And here I am, and the first video you will see is how to install and register your Revit software, and this is it here. And you also learn how to install and register your Adobe Acrobat 10 Pro. Then you learn how to download and install V-Ray for Revit. We use V-Ray for rendering in Revit. That is an alternative to Lumion. If you cannot use Lumion yet, you can learn to use V-Ray for Revit. Then you also learn how to preserve your software inside your system. Sometimes when you copy your software inside your system or your external hard disk, if you don't know how to preserve it, when later you want to use it, you receive a message that it is corrupted. So there is a proper way you can preserve it in your system or your hard disk, and I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, and the first thing you learn in our model practice part 1. We have modeling practice part 1 and modeling practice part 2. And what we did here is that we pick a particular project and started from scratch till the end of it. And this is all you are going to learn in this modeling practice part 1. The first thing you learn here is how to screenshot your computer screen. It is very, very important for you to learn how to screenshot your computer screen so that we will be able to communicate very well. Because sometimes you have a question as regard what is going on in your Revit and you don't understand. I want to explain it. One of the best way you can explain it is to screenshot and send it to me. Then I will now know what is going on and know the solution to provide. Or if, for instance, I want to explain some things to you, I also screenshot my system and send it to you through WhatsApp or through email. Okay. Then in the one, you are going to learn how to get started with your Revit proper. And you also learn how to, and in this particular lesson, you are going to learn how you can download these videos to your system so that you can watch it at your leisure time. Okay. Then you also learn in this particular session, you are going to learn how to download all these course to your own system if you are using phone, so that you will be able to watch the video at your leisure time. Okay. Then for this particular lesson, you will learn how to download all these videos if you are using computer. So we have two videos that are treating how you can download these videos now. Okay. Then here you will learn how you can understand Revit interface, Revit user interface. You will be introduced to Revit user interface so that you know where those tools are. Okay. Then in this day 3, you are going to learn how to use your mouse properly. There are different parts of mouse that we use in Revit, and I'm going to be showing you on this in this lesson. You also learn some keyboard part that we use in our modeling in Revit. Then in the 4, you are going to learn how to work with dimension tick and change your project unit. You know, when you are a beginner at Revit, if you don't know how to use your dimension very well, your drawing is going to look unprofessional. So I will be teaching you how you can use dimension tick and change your project unit here. Then in day 5, you are going to learn how to create your levels and define the height of your elements in building. You know, we use levels to define our heights. For instance, the height of your first floor slab, your headroom, the height of your roof, the height of your ceiling, all those stuff. These are what we use. We use levels, so we'll be taking you how you can create those levels. Then in the 6, you are going to learn how you can produce your building plan in Revit. Here we get to design. Now we start designing a simple duplex that everyone can understand. In the 7, we'll learn how to solve the Revit family not loaded. For beginners, sometimes you want to load window or you want to load door into your project, but you receive a cricket sound say Revit family not loaded. I have faced such problem before. And here I will be showing you how you can get over that. And in the 8th, we will be using other alternative to solving Revit family not loaded. Okay, then we also, in this particular case, we will load Revit family from one project to another project. Then in the 9, we will learn how to place doors and windows in Revit. And in the 10, how to label your building. For instance, you have anteroom, main lounge, kitchen, you have your bedroom, you have your toilets. How do you label them? So we'll be dealing with that in the 10. Then in the 11, we will learn how to create our first floor plan in Revit. Okay, then in the 12, we will learn how to create our facade. When you have a building, the approach view is always more aesthetic than any other part of the building. So there are different ways we can design the facade of our building. And in the 13, you are going to use extrusion. You will learn how to use extrusion. Extrusion is very, very important in Revit. And this is page 1. Okay, so by clicking on this little arrow here, we get to page 2. Okay, now I am in page 2 now. And in page 2, the first video we see there is day 14. In day 14, you are going to learn how to create grid in Revit. Grid is very, very important both in architecture and structural drawings. So we'll learn how to use grid. And in day 15, we will learn how to create coping in Revit. And in day 16, we learn how to create glazed handrails. Okay, well, what I mean by glazed handrails is we have some handrails that are glass. How do you create that? Okay, then in day 17, we will learn how to create landscaping in Revit, how to create your grass lawn, how to add trees, human beings, and the rest of the landscaping elements in Revit. Then in the 18, we learn how to create staircase, how to model staircase. Okay. Then in the 19, we learn how to create our fence railing. If you have a fence, sometimes you have railing on top. How do you create that? Then in the 20, we learn how to create our wall groove in Revit. Wall groove are very good design element, so we use Revit to create grooves that makes our building look aesthetic. Then in the 21, we learn how to split face and paint to create different colors in the same wall. Okay, then in the 22, we learn how to create our site plan in Revit. Then in the 23, we learn how to place trees, human beings, and cars in Revit. Then in the 24, we learn how to create heap roof in Revit. In the 25, we learn how to create doors and windows schedule. Okay, this is we are getting into working drawing now. Then in the 26, you will learn how to install and use V-Ray for Revit. We are getting to a more advanced way of using Revit now. And in the 27, you will learn how to create an L-shaped staircase in Revit. In the 28, you learn how to render using only Revit. Revit can produce rendering, but the rendering produced by Revit is not as quality as that of V-Ray and Lumion, but it's somewhere to start with. So that is what we'll be dealing with in day 28. Then in day 29, we'll learn how to create swimming pool in Revit, how to model swimming pool in Revit. Then in day 30, we learn how to render with V-Ray for Revit, part 1. Okay, we learn how to render with V-Ray for Revit, part 1. In day 31, we learn how to create Dutch gable in Revit. And in day 32, we learn how to create corner window family in Revit. And in day 33, we learn how to create and use void sweep in Revit. These are very, very important. And we get to page 3. In page 3, the first video you see there is day 34, how to create and use room for presentation in Revit. You know, when you are producing presentation drawing, using room is very, very important. I'll be taking you through how you can use room for an aesthetic presentation. And in this particular one here, we are getting to extras now. That is an additional content. We'll be using how, here we'll be learning how to copy Revit family from Revit to external hard disk or vice versa. We'll learn how you can copy Revit family from Revit folder into your external hard disk, or you copy from your external hard disk into your Revit folder. This will help you solve the problem of Revit family not loaded. Okay, then in this particular one, we are going to learn how to dimension an irregular site in Revit. If you are a learner and you don't know how to dimension irregular sites in Revit, you are going to have problem. So we'll be learning how to do that in this particular video. Then in this particular video, we'll learn how to assign doors and window tags. Doors and window tags are very, very important in doors and window schedule. So this particular video will be dealing with that. And in this particular one, we'll learn how to create a complete section in Revit without the use of AutoCAD. Okay. Then in this particular video, we learned how to convert JPEG image to a plan in Revit. For instance, a client gives you a drawing that is in JPEG, that is an image. How do you convert it to a Revit drawing? So we'll be dealing with that in this particular video, and how to model rough and hilly terrain in Revit. In this particular video, we dealt with how you can model hills and rough terrain. This is going to make your drawing look realistic, because when everything is flat in nature, your terrain is not always flat. So we are going to produce that realistic view whereby you have some areas that is rough, you have some area that is hilly in nature. We'll be learning how to model that in this particular video. In this video, you will learn how to use annotate elements in Revit. Then there's another video here that shows you how to model complex Revit doors, how to model complex Revit door family. Then you also learn how to place a drawing on title block, getting your drawing ready to be printed. and you are going to learn how to convert drawing to PDF in this particular video. Then there's another video here. You will learn how to import drawing from AutoCAD to Revit, and you also learn how to resolve error. Sometimes Revit develops some slight errors that can keep you on the same spot if you don't know how to go around it. And one of those errors is you see that the project browser is not responding. You want to view your floor plans and continue your drawing, but by the time you click on it, you hear a sound and everything is not just responding, and there is nothing you can do about it. Even if you close the Revit and open it again, the error will still be there until you have to follow the process that I show you in this video before you can resolve it. Okay, and we now get to Revit model practice part 2. In this part, we pick another project where we started modeling from scratch, and the first video you see there is how to create levels and set dimension and walls, and the second video is how to plan the spaces in your building using Revit architecture, and in the 3 you learn how to create window family with antique features. Okay, it's not all the windows that are flat. Some of them will have antique designs. So here we learn how to model antique designs. Then you also learn in the 4 how to place your window on plan in Revit. And you learn in the 5 how to add graphics to your plan in Revit architecture. Here you learn how to work around your text and the colors of your walls, the colors of your dimension. Basically, we deal with colors and text and font. Okay, then in the 6 you learn how to create your first floor plan in Revit, and in the 7 you learn how to model your staircase. This is another staircase. We learn how to model it in Revit architecture, and we move to page 4. In page 4, the first video you see there is day 8. Day 8, you will learn how to create and modify grid lines in Revit. If you are a beginner and you don't know how to work around grid lines, you will have an unprofessional drawings. Okay, and that is what we dealt with in day 8. And in day 9, you will learn how to place your windows on first floor in Revit. In this particular video, you will also learn how to run a long window from ground floor to first floor. In most of the cases, wherever you have staircase, most of the times when you have staircase, you run windows from ground floor to first floor. And if you don't know how to go around it, the window will only cut only the wall either on the first floor and not cut through the walls on the ground floor. So in this particular video, we dealt with that, so you wouldn't have that problem again. And in day 10, we learn how to create roof with some part raised. This is very important. There are sometimes you have roof and some part of the roof is raised above other parts of the roof, and we deal with that here. And in day 11, we deal with how to create concrete fascia, and in day 12 we dealt with how to separate walls with different colors and materials. For instance, you want to have uh, the you want to separate your wall up and down with different materials. You want to separate them with different materials and different colors. We dealt with that in day 12. And in day 13, you will learn how to create glazed handrails and resolve some issues that come with it. If you are a learner, creating a glass handrail can be problematic if you don't know how to go around it. But in this day 13, we resolve all those issues. And in day 14, we learn how to create groove designs on wall in Revit. We have done it in model practice 1, but this is more advanced. And we also have day 15. Here you will learn how to create floor in Revit architecture. Creating floors is good, but if you don't know how to go around it, your floors will be showing on the faces of your wall and it's not going to look professional. So in this particular video, we dealt with that, how to avoid your flaws showing on the body of your wall in 3D. In day 16, we learn how to create different designs with extrusion. And in day 17, we learn how to model pavement in Revit. And in day 18, we learn how to create fence columns the fastest way. If you don't know how to create fence columns, you will copy and paste, and that is going to give you error. So here we learn the best way to create columns, and this will give you the fast approach. And in day 19, we learned how to create grass lawn in Revit architecture. And this is not all. We are still adding videos to it. This video alone, this video tutorial alone, if I'm to sell it, the worth of these videos is worth 100,000 naira. Okay, that is if I'm to sell this video. When you gain access to Revit Tutorial Masterclass, you will be added into our community. It's a community of engineers and architects. These are professionals who have been learning Revit architecture from me. You'll be added to that community, and that community is amazing because you get to share ideas. Some of them are engineers, some of them are architects, and because of that networking, you get to get jobs from engineers. If an architect, for instance, and if you are an engineer, you can get jobs from architects. So it's a wonderful community. Now, for you to be added to this community is worth 50,000 naira. Okay, now if you are to access my contact, that is, you can call on me anytime you are having issue with your Revit architecture. My contact is not, I don't always expose my contact, but for you to access this contact is worth 100,000 naira. Okay, now if you add all this value I have shown here, the worth of this course alone is worth 250,000 naira. All right, now this kind of course that is so packed with so much value, how much do you think I can charge for this particular course? Now I'm not even charging up to 200,000 naira. It's not even something close to that. Okay, I'm not even charging 100,000 naira, not even 50,000 naira. And currently I am giving this course away for almost free. Now if you are getting this course today, you are getting it at 30,000 naira only, and very soon the price is going to rise to 50,000 naira. Now the first set of people that got this course, got it less than 30,000 naira. So if you don't get it today, you may end up getting it at 50,000 naira. These are some of the questions that a lot of people ask me about this course, and you may also have similar questions. And one of the questions is, what is your course syllabus? What am I going to learn in this course? So if you are asking that kind of question, then ensure you watch this video till the end. Alright, and the answer I normally give to them is, in this course you are going to understand Revit user interface. You will also understand how you can prepare Revit drawing environment using an existing project as a template. You're also going to learn how to start a new Revit project from scratch. Alright, you will learn how you can customize Revit shortcuts and hotkeys. You will learn advanced Revit modeling techniques. Now you are going to learn how to model roof step by step. Everything you need to know about different kinds of roof, you are going to learn them. And you learn how to convert Revit drawing to PDF and send it to your client. You will learn how to model a building with Revit architecture step by step. You will learn how to create concrete fascia. You will learn how to move things around in Revit architecture. You will learn the basics of working drawing and how you can produce working drawing in Revit. You will learn how to edit and customize grid, bubble, section head, etc. You will learn how to create title block. You learn how to place drawing on title block. You learn how to import drawing from AutoCAD. You learn how to export Revit drawing to AutoCAD, 3ds Max and Lumion. You also learn rendering 3D view in Revit. You learn how to use Revit tools, different kinds of tools we have in Revit. You learn how to reload Revit families so that you no longer have problem of Revit family not loaded. You learn how to create doors and windows schedule. You learn how to use V-Ray for Revit. You learn how to use massing and so many more. I cannot list everything because of space. Alright, now what 86 video contains, you can be sure that it's not a small thing. Alright, then another question is, what is the cost and duration of learning? And the answer I normally give to them is, since this course is a video tutorial, I've already told you the cost. The cost is 30,000 naira as of today. Now let me answer the question of the duration of learning. Since this is a video tutorial that you can download to your system and learn at your own pace, now the time that Mr. B have to learn may be different from the time that Mr. C have to learn. Maybe Mr. C is somebody that is very busy on site, and Mr. A is somebody that is free, that devote more time to learning. It means that we all learn at our pace, and because of that, the question of what is the duration does not arise. It is entirely left to you. If you devote more time for it, you get to master it earlier, and if you do not devote time for it, it may take up to 1 month before you can master it. So the question of duration does not apply in this particular course. All right, now you are going to have access to all the training materials for at least for a period of 1 year, and my contact will also be available for you for at least minimum of 1 year. And within this 1 year, you would have asked questions that you want to ask about Revit architecture, and within 1 year you would have downloaded all the videos and you must have mastered them. All right, and the third question that they normally ask me is, how is the class run? And the answer I normally give them is, the course is a downloadable video format, and you can download it to your computer so you could watch them at your leisure hour. You can watch them without using your data, and If there are some questions that the video could not tackle, then in that kind of situation we organize Zoom meetings or other online meetings that we can use to tackle such a problem. And that is what we have been doing for some times now, and we use that to clear some dark areas. All right. And the fourth question that some people ask me is, where is your location? Do you have a physical class? And the answer I give to them is, yes, I have a physical class, but the price is not a flat rate. The price depends on the number of students who are taking it per time. And that means that if you are the only one that is taking this course based on one-on-one, based on physical class, that means you come to my place or I come to place, whatever, the price differs. All right. So if you are looking for physical class, physical meeting, then ensure you contact me personally and I will tell you what to do. All right. Then the cost does not stop there. If you are getting this course today, there are certain things that I'm going to be adding to you as a bonus, and one of those things is Revit installation setup. If you want to buy Revit software, go and browse it on the internet. The cost of Revit software is $2,675 per year. Now if you convert that to naira, is more than 200,000 naira. Okay, so this software I'm going to be giving you as a bonus is worth 200,000 naira. Do you agree? And I'm also going to teach you how you can install it. You know how much is worth that. Then I'm also going to be giving you Acrobat X Pro. I'm going to be showing you how you can install it on your computer. Now if you want to buy this software, go and browse it on the internet. You see that the cost is worth 403,500 naira. That is the worth of this software, and I am giving to you for free today if you are buying this course now after this video. I cannot guarantee if you are not getting it today. I'm talking of if you are getting it today, you are getting this bonus. All right, as long as this video is live, you are getting this software for free. If you are getting it today, you are getting it for free. Now what is the use of this software called Acrobat X Pro? Acrobat X Pro is used to convert Revit drawing to PDF, and it's also used to combine PDF files into one document. If you have many PDF files and want to combine them to be more professional, you can use this software to combine them together. It's very, very important. The software is very, very useful. All right, and it doesn't stop there. My bonus does not stop there. You are also going to learn to access. You are going to access my past projects. You can download them. You have access to my past projects. Download them and learn from the way I model things. You can click on them and see how I model them. And once you have gotten the access to this project, you can sell it as your own. You can edit some things and send it to your own client, and your client pay you. Now the worth of this project is worth 100,000 naira. I do not give out my project anyhow, but because you are getting this course today, I wouldn't mind giving to you for free. All right, and that is why I am giving it to you for free. And it does not stop there. Bonus number 4, you are going to be having access to my past Revit families, and you are going to download them and start using them right away. From today you start using them and they become yours. Now you will no longer have problem of Revit family not loaded, and the worth of these Revit families is worth 30,000 naira. Now if you add all the bonuses together, the worth of all the bonuses I'm giving out is worth 734,000 naira. And if you add all the worth of the course itself is worth 250,000 naira. 250,000 naira plus 734,000, that is 984,000 naira, very close to 1 million naira. So if you are getting this course today, you are getting something that is very close to 1 million naira for just how much? For 30,000 naira only. This is almost free. You are getting this course for almost free. That is, if you are getting it today, you are getting it for almost free. Now even at that, some people are still saying that this course is too expensive. Now let me ask you this question: what is the total cost of losing a job due to not being proficient in the use of Revit architecture? Assuming you attend an interview, the job that would have paid you 100,000 naira per month, you lose it because you are not proficient in. What is the total cost? A job that would have paid you 1.2 million naira per year. Now if you are being paid, assuming you get a job and you are being paid 100,000 naira every month, multiply that 1,000 by 12 months, that is 1.2 million. Now you lose it because you are not proficient in the use of Revit, and you are still saying that this course is very expensive. This is something that would have been solved with only 30,000 naira, but some people will not think like that. Now what if you are a business owner? You tender a quotation and you lost a contract that would have paid you up to 1 million naira to 20 million naira because your proposal, your presentation was, the client doesn't like your presentation, and now you lose the job. What is the cost of it? This job would have paid you 1 million naira or 20 million naira or even above, but you lose it. And this is something that could be solved with only 30,000 naira. Some people will still not think like that. They will say, it's too expensive. All right, if you are saying that it is too expensive, it is a matter of choice. And let me shock you, very soon this course is going to go up to 50,000 naira. But if you are getting it today, you are getting it at 30,000 naira only. And if you are paying in dollars, that is, if you are not in Nigeria, that means you are paying 70 US dollar. The equivalent of 30,000 naira is 70 US dollar. So if you are not in Nigeria, you can pay 70 US dollar. If you need more information, I will drop my contact at the end of this video. All right, now these are the account details. You can screenshot it, you can take notes of it, and you can make your bank transfer to this account, or you can make a deposit to this account. Anyhow you want to make payments, you can make payments. If you want a link where you can pay for this course with your credit card, you can contact me on WhatsApp. I will send you the link. You can pay with your credit card. After your payment, you send your proof of payment to this phone number on WhatsApp, and instantly you will be given access and be added to our community, just as I have promised earlier. And you also have access to download all the bonuses I have promised. I promised that I was going to show you how you can produce 3D modeling like the one I'm going to show you now. This is my model, and I modeled this with Revit architecture, and it's actually an animation, and very soon I'll play the animation so that you can see it. And my expectation for you is that at the end of my course, you will be able to produce something like this. Now let me play it so that you see it.
Got caught up in the moment, getting lost inside emotion. Oh, I can feel you next to me, river like the waves in the ocean. Got caught up in the moment, getting lost.
Now let me show you another one. This is another one. This is another 3D animation. You can look at it.
Got caught up in the moment, getting lost inside emotion. Oh, I can feel you next to me, river like the waves in the ocean. Got caught up in the moment, getting lost inside emotion. Oh, I can feel you next to me, river like the waves in the ocean.
All right, now you have watched the video. This animation you have just seen was modeled with Revit architecture, but the animation was done with Lumion. And some people ask me question, can I use Revit to produce this kind of animation? And the answer is no. You cannot use Revit to produce this kind of animation. But Revit have a vital role to play in that you can use Revit to model it. Then you now export it to Lumion and produce your animation. So if you are on this video now, you are watching this video now, and you are asking yourself, how can I learn to produce something like this? My answer for you is that you can start with Revit architecture first. You can learn how to model. Then when you have mastered how to model, when you have mastered how to model with Revit, you can now proceed to learning Lumion. Okay, I also have Lumion course. I'm going to drop the link in the description of this video, so that if you want to get the two of them at once, it is your choice. You get Revit architecture and you also get Lumion, so that you can model and produce any kind of walkthrough. Maybe you want to show your client how certain parts of the building look like. It's a very cool tool you can use to win over your clients. So if you are interested in it, why not get Revit and get Lumion course? And with these two courses, you are good to go. All right, thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to see you in our community. See you in the next video. Bye.